So plausible deniability on engaging in a kind of narrative warfare.
Right.
And it's supposed to be that we're both on Team USA,
Right.
working together to make the best country possible, maybe in rivalry with other countries, but hopefully even in some kind of economic trade, prosperous relationship.
Right.
But we're obviously not both on Team USA. We're actually engaged in really dreadful zero-sum dynamics with each other while intentionally confusing and misinforming the public and increasing animosity even towards the point of civil conflict for some game theoretic win for our team.
Mm-hmm.
And we see that that's not just true with Republican and Democrat, but even like multiple intelligence agencies that should be sharing intelligence perfectly with each other, but they're actually competing for who gets a larger percentage of the black budget. So they'll withhold information and maybe even engage in internal espionage, all the way to just like corporate politics, where people aren't really making a choice in a big corporation of what's best for the corporation as a whole. They're making choices that are best for them and their boss, their fealty relationships. And then engaging in corporate politics that might actually be hurting the company so long as they can have plausible deniability to get away with it.
So whenever we have perverse incentives, we're going to have some situation by which we're being incentivized by a system of selective pressures to do certain things that may not be in the stated interests or the whatever the directive is of our institution. So the directive is to do the business of the country, but in fact you're loyal to the team that you're on because that's what brought you to this place. And were you to lose your team inside of this internal game, you couldn't really function.
Yeah, and it's actually not even the fault of some bad people. It's the fault of a system where it's like, I say, okay, well, if I don't do that, then I lose the game to the other guys that are doing that. And I actually think I'm more qualified to get that promotion than he is. So this is the compromise I have to make, which is kind of the thing we think of as politics, right?
My brother has called this, I think he did a beautiful job describing this. He called this the personal responsibility vortex, where if you start behaving, if you listen to people who say, well, even if you're incentivized to do the wrong thing, you should still do the right thing.
Yeah.
Brett's point was, if that becomes self-extinguishing, then you'll simply be replaced by something less ethical than you are.
Right.
So it's actually incumbent upon you not to be so virtuous that you remove yourself from the game, leaving open a niche for some less scrupulous person to swoop in.
So this is how an unethical system convinces ethical people to compromise their ethics to become a tool for the system.